So it's almost fall and the clouds are kind of going in and out, and then my lighting changes in this room. That might be a problem. We'll see how this video turns out. Hey everyone, I want to take a break again from the rides videos where I went over what I rode in EPCOT and Magic Kingdom, and I will do Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom as well, but I want to do some tips and tricks on how to save money on your Disney vacation. Before we get started, I do need to give you my top 3 EPCOT rides, like I mentioned in my last video. If you haven't watched that, spoilers I guess, but you can watch that and then come back, or just listen to my top 3 rides. I'm not going to go over these too much because you've already hopefully seen that. If not, check out that video. Number 3, I am going to say Spaceship Earth. I think it's an interesting ride, it's different, it's nostalgic, it has all those things. Number 2, I'm going to say Journey into Imagination. It also has a nostalgia feel, it has a great tune, and I like the Figment character. I think it's a little bit different because it toys with imagination instead of science specifically, so it makes it a little bit unique. And then number 1 is going to be Soarin'. I think Soarin' is the most immersive of all the EPCOT rides in terms of the sensory perception with the sight, sound, smell. And again, it really did hit me when I was at Disneyland in California Adventure because that was the first ride I remember having that experience on after a long time of not being in Disney Park. So those are my top 3. Leave me a comment below about what your top 3 are, your top ride at EPCOT. We can talk about those, but let's get started with these tips and tricks, okay? Because that's what you're here for. There's gonna be 3 of them. So we're gonna start with the most important one, and that is Disney gift cards. These are good at basically anywhere Disney. Disney Cruise Lines, Disney Parks, Disney Store, Shop Disney. There's more listed. Disneyland. Oh, Adventures by Disney too. You can save money by getting a gift card. Now, there's a few ways to save money on those things. Target Red cards will get you 5% off. So I bought this one and got 5% off of it. Awesome, right? An instant savings right there. You can also sometimes use Target gift cards. They change that policy a lot, so you might be able to get away with it or you might not. I've done it before. I have not tried it since my last trip. So I heard and read it that they stopped doing that again, but it seems to teeter back and forth, so just try your luck. The other way I save and get some money back on Disney gift cards is through programs like Best Buy Rewards, where I get my 6% back from my Best Buy Visa, so that's a little bit better than Target discount. But the one that I found to be the most lucrative if I want to buy a larger amount, like $150 with a $500 gift card, is Sam's Club. So Sam's Club basically gives you 3% off Disney gift cards. You can get a $500 gift card for $485. They also have $150 sets in the stores, but I don't remember what the price is exactly on that, so I don't want to tell you. It was not available online. I've picked up both before, and they're great. You get that discount, and then you get the larger amount as well. So you might be saying, well, Eric, why did you buy them there instead of at Target and save the 5%? Well, there's a reason. If you've ever heard of it, there's an app called Dosh, which also gives you cash back at local places. Sam's Club is one of those stores. So if you go in the store and you use the linked credit card, you can get an additional 2% back normally, and they sometimes have promotions. I got 10% back on that $500 one. So that was a good deal. Watch for those around the holidays. I will link to Dosh below in the description, but it's a cool program and it has some restaurants and stuff like that too. It's an easy way to make some cash back. I've made about $40 in the past few months just on it because of restaurants and things like that. So check it out. It's a good way to save that extra money if you want. All right, there's one other way. I mentioned before that Target, you can sometimes use gift cards to buy Disney gift cards. You can definitely do that at Best Buy. And there's a way to get gift cards for free. And that's Swag Bucks. If you don't know Swag Bucks, you can get Swag Bucks, which they call SB, by shopping online or by doing things like watching videos. So I typically earn about a $25 gift card every month or two. It's not that hard. I leave my iPad playing videos most days. And then I sometimes shop online. I don't always shop online through there. I usually use eBay because it's a little bit better of a deal. But after a while, I get a $25 gift card and I redeem it for a Best Buy gift card for something at Best Buy, or to buy another gift card like a Disney gift card. Or I can get Starbucks with it or Amazon. It depends on what I'm looking to get, but that is another way to get some easy money off your Disney trip. So the trick to using gift cards at Disney World though, this is how I use it, is I usually charge everything to my Magic Band, and then I go and at my resort, I ask them to apply the Disney gift card. Now the trick with that is they can't just load the gift card onto your Magic Band. You have to accumulate so much and then use the gift card to pay it off. Make sure you do that 24 hours before you check out, because otherwise they might ring it up and charge your credit card. But it's a good way to save some money, and I've had luck with it. Let me know in the comments below if you've used Disney gift cards. One final tip. This is a great way to limit your kids' spending. My friend Mike and Neva did this. They gave each of their kids a gift card, and that was their allowance for their trip. So you give your kids a gift card, they scan it, they have a designated amount. These are accepted at all the kiosks and everything you could want. All right, let's talk about the next thing. And I'm going to cover up the number because I like my credit. Credit card. Okay, so there is a Disney Rewards Visa and there's a Disney Rewards Visa Platinum, I think is what it's called. Credit cards are tricky. I'm not going to tell you that credit cards are for everyone. They can be hard to maintain and you can accrue a large amount of debt. You don't want to do that. If you are regimented and you pay off your credit cards, then this is a great way to earn some money back. I teeter between those two things if I'm honest. Sometimes I'm really good with my credit cards and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I overspend and I don't mean to, or I know I'm going to, but I shouldn't. So if you're gonna pay it off every month, which I still do, you have to be careful. You don't wanna be paying off the minimums and all those kind of things. So if you can let the credit card work for you, it is a great deal. If you can't, forget this tip and let's skip to number 3, but it can work really well for you. So the Disney Visa, you get 1% back on your purchases everywhere. The Platinum one has some other features, but there is an annual fee associated with that, so I don't have it. There also is a statement credit. If you spend a certain amount, you usually get a credit. I think it's usually around $100. So I did that at the Disney store. I spent $100 and I got $100 off. Easy purchase, right? So the way the rewards work are similar to the Amazon credit card Chase also has, where you accrue points and you can transfer them onto a redemption card, which looks like this. And it acts kind of like a credit card. So this you can take with you to the Disney parks and use as well. I have not used it because I just got this after my last trip. So I will let you know how it works a little bit when I'm at the parks. But the only caveat is you can have to transfer a minimum of $20 each time. Not too bad. It's a good way to get perks back. There are some better credit card perks. I specifically have been using my Southwest credit card because I get miles, which has helped financing my trip to Walt Disney World this year. You have to figure out what's best for you, but on my Disney purchases, I typically use that. I don't know, it's an easy way to save money. Let me know in the comments what credit card you use and what point system. One final thing about the Visa card. It does give you some 0% financing options, which is really nice. If you are not an annual pass holder and you book your vacation, which is a resort stay and your park tickets, you can get 0% financing for 6 months, which is actually a really nice thing to do because that allows you to put a large amount of money on the card and pay it off over time with 0% interest. And then you can accrue interest in your savings account. Again, if you're regimented and can do that, perfect. If you can't and you're gonna end up getting charged back interest on these things, don't do that. I learned that lesson in college. I inadvertently did not pay off my 0% interest thing a day late, and then all of a sudden I had a couple $100 I owed. It's not great, especially when you're in college, right? The other caveat is if you are an annual pass holder, then you have to have a dining plan. Because you're not buying tickets, you have to have the resort and the dining plan. So I have not tried that. I don't know if I will because the dining plan just does not seem lucrative to me. But these are things you can try. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that and if you ever use that. Speaking of annual passes, that's the third trick. You can use the annual pass discounts. Now, I've hinted at it before, but I upgraded an annual pass mostly because I'm going to be going to the parks more than once. For me, if I went on more than one trip this year, it became lucrative to have this pass. Not only for the tickets, but also for the discount tickets. First off, you get Photo Pass with this, which saves you about $200 per trip. That in and of itself is great. And you only need one annual pass, so that might be your trick. You might just buy it for one family member and the other people use the Photo Pass. As long as that family member is with you and you use their Magic Band, you can do that. Same goes for the other discount. You can get 10% off most food things. Not quick service and counter service. There are some counter service, but mostly sit-down restaurants. Again, you're saving $2 to $3 per person per meal on that. That's not a bad deal and you adds up, right? The big one though is 20% off merchandise. You can save easily a couple $100 on this depending on what you plan to spend. For me, I added up what I plan to buy at Disney parks and then I figured out what the cost difference would be. It reduced the cost of the annual pass by a couple $100 easily just for those two things. The other discount that will help you with is some savings on entertainment and events. You can save on things like the movie theater at Disney Springs and stuff like that. I know specifically for the special parties like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which I'm going to in 2 months, I saved $5. It's not much, but you save $5. There's also special resort pricing for annual pass holders, so I saved $80 on my trip in September just for being an annual pass holder because they opened up a pricing block. Everything adds up, right? That's the trick to this. You need to figure out what process works best for you. So it might be gift cards, it might be the Disney Rewards Visa, it might be the annual pass discounts. It really just depends. But those are 3 ways that I've really saved money on my trips and how I'm going to continue to save money this year. I'm sure there are other ways to save on your Disney vacation, so I'd love to hear what your tricks are in the comments. Let other people know as well. And I'll share those in next week's vlog so everyone can know about them and save some money. I think that's it for this week, guys. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on as I prepare for my next trip. Like I said, I'm going to Walt Disney World at the end of September. So I just picked out my fast passes. That was in a video. I've been going over my last trip and I've been talking about many different things and we'll continue talking about many different things as I continue going to Walt Disney World this year. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well because I'm posting photos from my trips and other different topics. Hopefully you're having a great day and I look forward to talking to you guys next week.